The British Columbia Institute of Technology acknowledges that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Elms, filling in for Avia Boulay and Jenny Sung. Here are your top stories for 1 p.m. The BC government has announced a supportive housing project in Victoria. Reporter Hayden Stewart has the details.
20 self-contained units in substance-free surroundings will be available in the province's capital for people who have completed early-stage recovery and are ready to prepare for independent living. Requirements include being a minimum 60 days sober, post-detox and treatment, and without a fixed address or exiting supportive housing. These units will also free up supportive housing spaces so others experiencing homelessness will be able to move indoors. New residents are expected to move in sometime during early spring of next year. Hayden Stewart, BCIT News.
Now in Vancouver, from startups to side hustles, Gen Z workers are redefining what a career looks like in BC. Today's workforce demands flexibility and a backup plan. Quinlan Curry has the story.
More Gen Z workers in BC are stepping away from the traditional 9-to-5 and building portfolio careers instead, mixing several income streams to stay afloat in a high-cost economy. Computer science graduate Sadra Korvash is one of them. Rather than join an established tech firm, he's running a startup, hosting a podcast, and building an AI trading bot, all while working full-time.
Multiple income streams is definitely very, very, very important, because if you put all your eggs in one basket, then if something happens, that's game over.
Korvash says young workers want stability, but they're creating it on their own terms through flexibility, autonomy, and diversified work. Quinlan Curry, BCIT News.
And every province and territory across Canada has agreed to a new trade deal, removing most interprovincial trade barriers. Reporter Arden McLeod spoke with BC's Parliamentary Secretary for Trade, Paul Choi.
Until now, businesses in BC had to meet different regulations in other provinces to move their products across the country. Under the new agreement, goods approved in one province can be sold in all others. The mutual recognition model removes layers of red tape, making growth easier for Canadian companies. Parliamentary Secretary Paul Choi says that Canadians could see more choice and more competitive prices. Choi adds that the agreement will help drive BC's economic growth, supporting jobs and expanding the reach of local businesses. Food and alcohol are not included in this initial agreement, but he says talks to bring them in will continue. Arden McLeod, BCIT News.
Moving from provincial trade to the illegal drug trade, 7 Canadians have been charged in relation to former Team Canada snowboarder Ryan Wedding. The 7 Canadians have been arrested and will be extradited to the U.S. to face trial. Wedding remains at large, facing drug trafficking charges, with the U.S. State Department raising the reward for information leading to his arrest to $15 million. And nearly 3 weeks after a UPS cargo plane crashed in Louisville, the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board is out with new images that give investigators a better idea of what may have caused the crash. The images show the moment the engine erupts into flames and detaches from the plane. ABC News transportation reporter Sam Sweeney has more.
This airplane never had a chance, no matter what those pilots did. This was a catastrophic failure, and now they are focusing on metal fatigue cracks around the parts of that engine. And this is exactly why they grounded all of these other jets in the fleet, so they can be inspected.
Now moving on to collegiate sports, the UBC women's hockey team are on a winning streak. Reporter Emma Bolsner has more on how the team is making history.
The women's T-Birds are currently on a 12-game winning streak after a 5-0 victory against the MacEwan Griffins on November 15th. Last season, the team made Canada West history with 25-game wins. Forward Cassidy Rhodes is playing her 3rd season with the T-Birds. After a setback injury last year, Rhodes is back on the ice, playing better than ever with her teammates.
So I love the team aspect of it, and I love the unpredictability of it. I'm never doing the same thing, same move. Anytime on the ice, everything looks different.
The T-Birds' next home game is against the Saskatchewan Huskies on November 28th. Emma Bolsner, BCIT News.
And join me again at 3:30 p.m. Thanks for tuning in to BCIT's The Crow. I'm Nate Elms.